Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today is Friday, which means it's Fabric Friday, and I've got another juicy piece of fabric to share with you today. This one is actually quite special because I've had it for a long time. I've been quite afraid to cut into it, and I finally decide it is time. So I'm going to show you this fabric, which I take out and just stroke on a regular basis. Today we are going to be talking about tweed. Yeah, that's right, tweed. I know it's the middle of the summer and I'm talking about tweed, but it's fine because we don't always make for the season that we're in, we make for other seasons as well. And we know that after summer comes autumn and then winter, which starts to call for like transitional pieces and pieces that can be layered and stuff that's like warm but also not too hot, not too cold. And this is where the tweed comes in. Now this tweed is a very, very special tweed. It was one of the first like expensive fabrics that I actually bought. This I actually spent some real money on because it is a LINTON tweed, and LINTON tweed are the same tweed and fabric makers who supply Chanel. So all of those tweed jackets and everything you see, all supplied by LINTON tweeds. And I was like, I want to, at the time, I wanted to make myself a Chanel style jacket, and I thought, right, if I'm gonna do it, then I want it with like, who are they suppliers? And I did a lot of research and came up with LINTON tweeds. They've been supplying them for a very long time. I think LINTON tweeds is like over 100 years old now as a company. So I was like, okay, and I ordered online and bought this one. And there are a lot to choose from, guys. And there are lots of tweeds out there, don't get me wrong. But at the time, this was like my first expensive fabric purchase. It was I was very excited to make it, but then as soon as it came in the post, I completely got stage fright and I haven't cut into it. And that was like 10 years ago. So I have been like hoarding this fabric. They don't even make this colorway anymore. So it's become more and more special to me over the years, and I feel that now I feel like I'm in a good position. Like, I can still mess it up. I might still mess it up, but I feel like I'm confident in my abilities to be able to make something that I will wear often, won't look like it's handmade, and it will look very, very nice. So I will have to use some of the techniques that I picked up in fashion school and like tailoring to get it perfect. It's not going to be like a super couture piece, but I will take a little bit of extra time with this one. Anyway, let's get into the actual fabric. I will give you guys a close-up because like the changes are very, very subtle. So I'm just going to wear it over my shoulder like this. So when I was looking for this tweed, I wanted something that was going to be dark, navy, either navy, black, or maybe even a grey, because if it's going to be a jacket or something like that, I want to be able to wear it often. And I feel like the paler colours, especially at that time, 10 years ago, I didn't even like the colour pink. So things have changed, obviously. And I didn't wear yellow, so things have definitely changed. But I wanted something that I knew that I would wear often, but it also has pops of other colours in it, so that it's not completely boring and just one colour. So this is very subtle, but this is a navy with a white and a forest green kind of woven through it, with also hints of silver. There is silver in this. So even then I was still like a magpie attracted to sparkly things. So that is basically what this is. So yeah, still absolutely infatuated with this. I actually take this out quite often to just, you know, give it a stroke, give it some love, and then fold it up and put it back away in the other winter items that I have. But this year I've decided that this is going to become clothes. So the composition of this is quite varied. I believe tweeds used to be made out of 100% wool, but I think it became quite expensive to make that. So the tweed makers and the factories started using acrylic and different blends to put in there. And that's how you get the different colors, because there's lots of different types of yarns in here. Like, I've got this a long time ago, but I believe this was wool and acrylic, and then obviously whatever that silver stuff is, which I believe is probably some sort of like acrylic, because it's quite shiny it like flashes when you move it. So this is like a cotton, wool and acrylic blend, and that is all the different yarns that have been crisscrossed together. So far, like, it is absolutely boiling hot today, and I've got this on my shoulder and I'm starting to sweat, so I know that this is going to be warm. And yeah, I am really excited to finally make something of it. There are different types of tweeds that you can get. Like the Chanel type fabric that you're seeing is called a boucle. I think that's how you say it. I used to call it bucle and I had no idea. So that is like a really textured ones where one side might be quite tight and then the bit that loops in between it kind of puffs up a bit, so you got like that nice pebbly look. This one has like tight weave with loose weave in between it. The tight weave is the tight weave is the navy, and then the looser weave is the white and the green and the silver, which is kind of looped in between. And it gives a really good, like, when you look at it up close, you can see the various patterns and just see like how intricate it is. It is really pretty fabric. I have to take this off. My shoulder is starting to sweat. As you can see at the ends, they do fray because it is a woven fabric. So when you are sewing this, you do need to finish those ends, whether it be sewing down the side and reinforcing. Sometimes you'll see like for instance on a Chanel jacket, it's all frayed at the edges. That's because what they've done is once they've sewed the edge, they've double or maybe even triple stitched it with a sort of finishing stitch, and then what they can do is pull out the ends, and then it leaves a really nice frayed end that stops at that stitching, so it can't go any further. So yeah, that's what you might see on here, and that's why it's got all these frayed ends, because I haven't finished this yet, because I have not cut it yet. So that is my tweed fabric, and let me tell you what I plan to do with it. Okay, so with this fabric, I obviously bought this because I wanted to make a Chanel style jacket, and that remains exactly the same. I want to make a Chanel style jacket. I've seen a couple over the years, and they go in and out of fashion of like how that kind of tweed is used. A couple of years ago, they had them like long line. We saw tweed bomber jackets. We've seen tweed biker style, like motorcycle jackets. We've pretty much seen tweed everything. But my favorite tweed item so far has been that simple, just that simple jacket with like the rounded edges, no collar, 3/4 length sleeve, or even like normal sleeve or a 3/4 length sleeve, and it is in the Chanel side, and that usually has like a little pocket here or up here, and it's normally got some sort of border trim around it. So that is kind of what I want to do with this, although knowing me, I will probably make it a cropped jacket and not a like down to my waist jacket. I think I would like something a little bit shorter, maybe up to my mid waist, something a little bit more updated but still quite classic that I can throw on top of, like, I don't know, on top of a shirt with some jeans. I also did think that this would make a beautiful blazer. It's quite a sturdy material, so this could be a really good structure if you put a little bit like of a shoulder pad in there. It would be very warm though, and that's the only concern that I have about this, but I am looking to make a jacket with this. Okay, so I don't actually remember how much I got, but if you just give me a minute to measure, I will tell you. So I just measured it, and it looks like I got about 2.5 meters, which is actually more than enough to make the jacket, because it is also it's also 1.5 meters wide. So that's 150 centimeters wide and 250 centimeters in length. So this is a lot of fabric that I can make a jacket with, and if I do it correctly and try and save as much fabric as I can, I could probably get another item of clothing out of it. Which brings me on to the next thing that I was thinking of making. If I can squeeze another item out of this, depending on how the jacket goes, like if I make it with 3/4 length sleeve and I make it cropped, I can probably only use half of this fabric. So for the other half of the fabric, if I can, I would like to make a pair of shorts. Now these are like a fitted, high-waisted pair of shorts, or some sort of mini skirt but with a fold over front. Yes, so I'm looking like, if anything, it's got those kind of Clueless vibes, you know, like Cher and Dion, those like matching outfits with like the jacket and the skirt. I'm like giving off those vibes, but with a Chanel tweed. So, you know, it's like, it's Clueless, but make it fashion, you know. you know, they were fashion, but this is fashion. So yes, that's the kind of vibe that I'm going for. I always kind of go towards a short more than I do a skirt, but I think a skirt would actually look maybe better in this outfit, and the skirt will probably be a mini skirt, and that's what I want to do. What do you guys think? Maybe I should just like use it. I can make a cushion, like have a cushion case. Maybe I can make a bag out of it. That's another thing I've been looking at. Maybe try and make a bag and get myself a tweed bag. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine though? So yeah, if you have any suggestions on what you think I should make with the remnants of it, because I'm definitely going to be making a jacket. So if you have an idea what I can make with like the remnants, then let me know. It's just unfortunate that I took so long to make something from this because I can't pick up any more. Once this is done guys. They don't make this colorway anymore. I checked their website and I went through every single one of their tweeds. They do not have the navy, the green, the white and the silver. So this is very special. I'm tempted to just lock it away like for another 10 years, but no, I think, you know, if I'm gonna have fabrics, then at some point they should be made into clothing. I can't just keep collecting fabrics and just stroking them. They have to be made into clothing at some point. The fashion or the trendiness of that fabric like goes away, and some of them have come back. Like I bought velvet about 10 years ago. I bought some velvet. It was like one of the first items I bought, and then at the time it was okay, and then it went out of fashion completely. Everyone was like, velvet, yeah. And then literally a year ago, 2 years ago, velvet bloody everything. And I was just like, I have so much velvet already. So, you know, I know fashions come back around. I know trends coming back around. Every time they come back around, they are in new and different ways to wear them, new styles. So I'm always excited to see like what people are wearing, what do I like of the offerings out there, and what is gonna be my take on it. So this time round, like tweed is something that comes around almost every year. And this year I am ready to join in and make my own. And look how cute it's gonna be. No, don't you think that would make the cutest jacket? Yeah, I'm already seeing tweed pieces in River Island. I'm seeing tweed pieces in Zara. I'm seeing quite a few on the high street already. There are always some in Selfridges. Burberry has them at the moment. There is tweed everywhere at the moment for autumn, winter, and probably into spring as well. So I'm quite happy and confident that when I make something like this, not only will be different because it's not in the same colorways that everybody's wearing right now, it's also technically vintage because it's like 10 years old, and it's also a discontinued fabric, so they don't make it anymore. So this will be some lucky pieces that I have, and they will be unique, and they will be mine. So now that I've told you what I plan to make with this, let me tell you where I got it, how much it was, and how much I got. As I was saying before, I've got 2.5 meters of this, but it is also 150 wide, so there is a lot here, guys. I've got a lot to play with. This was £35 a meter. So yeah, like it's obviously not the most expensive fabric out there, like those wedding fabrics. If anything that says wedding anything has like £150 a meter and whatever, but for me, and like I don't find it that expensive now for what it is, because it is a quality fabric. And after being in many fabric stores, like I'm starting to see what is quality fabric and what's not, why the price is like that, why it's not. This one makes sense that it's like this. It's an established brand. They make their own fabric in-house. They design their own fabric in-house. They provide for a lot of the fashion houses around the world. So they produce quality fabric, which is approved by almost every fashion designer. I understand why the price tag on this is so high. So I probably would have got more if I had known what I actually wanted to make at the time, because I feel like a pair of trousers in this would be epic. Like cigarette trousers would be epic with a high waist, yes. But I don't have enough for that. Maybe I'll buy another tweed in the future. I have actually seen one that's like a white and white with like black speckles in that I quite like the look of. So maybe I'll buy another one and make a suit out of that. But for the moment, this is what this is gonna be. So this was £35 a meter, and I got 2.5 meters. So this came up to £87.50. Don't know if it was free delivery, but I do remember there being like a small charge, and it was just like a cool £90 for the whole thing. So I still think £90 to make a jacket and possibly a skirt is still a bargain compared to buying a Chanel jacket and a Chanel skirt and wearing them out. I think I've saved myself at least £5 there. So I'm still very happy with my purchase. And that is the thing that you have to decide, guys. Like when you want to make formal wear or you want to make a jacket, you have to decide on the quality of your fabric, and it will also determine the life of your garment. So yeah, I knew that if I was gonna make a tweed jacket, then I wanted the tweed to be a legit tweed from a legit place, and I wanted it to be quality. I also wanted it to look good, and yeah, I got everything that I asked for with LINTON tweed. So I will put their website down below because you can order online. You can also order samples. They do little sample packs, so you can pick like, I don't know, 5 or 6 samples, and they will send them to you, and you can like have a look at them, and then you can go and make your order. So if you are looking for like a legit, like once you've made your whatever out of this, you can be like, this is a Chanel blah blah, but well, you can't say it because it doesn't have the double C's, but you can be like, oh, this is the same fabric that the Chanel fashion house uses, so technically this is a Chanel suit. I don't think it works like that, but you can tell yourself that, because that's what I'm telling myself. I'm like, yeah, this is Chanel tweed, and I bought it, so anything I make from it is just like secret Chanel. Just make your secret Chanel pieces. So LINTON tweeds actually, I believe, have a store. I think they also have a little cafe that you can like eat, and it's in the old working mill. I've never been there, but if I'm ever up in Carlisle, I will go up there and I will have a little look myself. I've got their address here. So it says that they're in Carlisle, which is in Cumbria. So it's like way up north. It's actually like not far, it's not that far up north. It's like Cumbria is where the Lake District is, where you might have seen me be before because we have a place there. But actually, I might actually take a gander next time I'm up in the Lake District. I didn't actually know they were in Cumbria, so next time we go up there, I might actually take a little gander and we can go to the mill and I will film it all for you guys, and we can see how a LINTON tweed is actually made, because I would be really interested to see their weaving machines, because I know that it used to be done by hand, and now it's all done by machine, so I would like to see that. Hopefully we can see if there's like an actual hand machine there, because that would be really cool to see too. But yes, that is where I got it. They are based up in Cumbria. I will put all their details below so you can go and make your orders or just look at the fabric. But to be clear, you don't have to get your tweeds just from LINTON tweeds. It was something that I was doing. I was being very anal about where I picked up my fabrics, and yes, there are plenty of places that do very good quality tweeds all around the world. So the point is that you've got to look for it. I decided I wanted to know where Chanel had their tweeds, and this is where I found out. So, and then I was like, oh, they sell online. Perfect. So yeah, you don't have to get one of these tweeds, but if you want the legit thing and you want to be able to say, hey, you know, that this tweed jacket is also the same tweed that they use in Chanel's newest collection, or they used in Chanel's collection 1935, or whatever, then LINTON is where you need to go. That is it for today. I've been waffling on. I'm always so self-conscious that these things are so long and no one's telling me if these are too long or not. Guys, do I waffle? Do I waffle? Tell me, do I waffle? Not you Waffle. My cat is also called Waffle. She thinks I'm calling her. Not you, baby. It's okay. Okay, so yes, tell me if I waffle. If I do, I will try. If you think I do, I will try and cut it down. But if you like my rambling rambles, then good, because it's likely I won't cut it down. Like, what can I say? I like to talk. I like to talk. I like to talk to you. Tell me if you think the Chanel jacket and jacket suit combo is a good idea. If not, I'd love to hear your ideas. Hit that like button if you enjoyed what you see. Again, let me hear your ideas. Send me some comments below, and if you haven't already, subscribe, and I will see you guys next week for the next video. And I will also hopefully have made the first cuts into this fabric. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I'll see you guys next week.